Alright, welcome to Save the Beamer. I've really been having trouble getting parts in, and that's why there's not been any updates, and I've got so much going on. I'm building a racing engine, and so I've been really not getting as much done as I'd like to. But some parts came in, and so we're going to start now. I've already assembled it. I've got so much going on, I can't just record everything. So what I decided to do was, there's so many videos out there showing how to build these engines. I'm not going to show you the stuff that you can find in other videos, because I'm sure if anybody tries to do this, they're going to watch, probably 20 videos before they start. So there's all kind of videos on how to set your ring gap and all that sort of stuff, and check the clearances for the rods and all that. There's so much stuff on that. It's simple, but I'm going to show you some of the tricks. The harder things as I come across them that's really kind of aggravating about these, and how to do it to make it a little easier. So let me turn you around here and show you where we're at. So we got the pistons in, and they're looking good. So the bottom end is together. That's where I'm going to start, because this is kind of one of the most aggravating things about this motor. It's hard to see, but getting this chain on, this thing has two chains. It has the one that runs the oil pump and the vacuum and fuel pump, and then you have the other one that runs the timing chain. So you can see this plate here. If I can get you in here a little better. There's a plate here that bolts to the oil pump. So these two bolts you should not bolt down until you're finished. There's also a bolt down in here that you get to through this little cap here. There's another one over here for the other chain guide. But this one's, there's a little bolt in there. You take this out and you can reach in there to the other bolt. And that holds this chain guide in place along with these two bolts up here. So if you look closely, I don't know how easy this is to see. Let me see if I can get you down a little better anyway. So if you look closely, the gap between this guide right here and the chain, if you was to raise this chain up off of the teeth to try to pull it off of the teeth or to put it on, the chain would hit that guide before it got far enough apart to slip over the teeth, because the teeth's sticking out too far. So what you can do when this isn't locked down, this plate here, is you can tilt it that way a little bit and get your chain started. So get your chain over your crank, over the vacuum pump down here at the bottom, right here. It goes over that. Then you can pull it up here, push this to the side to get the chain started, and there's tension on it. This plate has like a spring tension on it. So if you get it started, and then you can take a screwdriver and stick up here under the chain and kind of pick up on it, and you'll feel that spring kind of give, and it'll give enough to where you can roll it and get it over on there. Then you can slide this plate back in place and put the bolts in and lock that bolt down there. That's one of the hardest, most aggravating things to me about this motor, is trying to get that on. But once you get that on, you're pretty good to go. It's no fun doing the other one either for the timing chain up top. But when we get to that, I'll show you how that's done. But that's where we're at for tonight. And so we got the pistons, the crank in, and we can go ahead and put the oil pan on and flip the motor over, and then we'll be going after the head. So stay tuned, and I'll try to keep you updated on where we're at and show you a little bit as we go. I wanted to do it in depth assembly of it, but I just don't have the time to try to do this and build the other racing motors and everything that I've got going on, and my full-time job. It's just, and I'm building a cabin in the mountains, and I just got so much stuff going on. I just cannot, I don't have the time to edit film and try to do all that kind of stuff. It's just too much. But I will try to give you the high points and the hard parts that's important to know, that you don't hardly ever see anybody answer those questions or tell you how to do it in other videos. Stay tuned, and we'll show you what we got a little at a time as we come by. But it should go fast here in the next few days, because now I think I got all the parts in. There is a question. I'm not sure these turbos they're pretty much wore slap out. So I'm trying to decide whether I want to get a rebuild kit and rebuild these stock turbos, or whether we should just kind of upgrade to China makes these knockoff T19s and T17s that are a lot bigger than these turbos. They're still twins instead of a single. But I think you can get them for like, I don't know, $1,000, $1,200. And a rebuild kit for these would probably be $500 or $600. If I did it the way I wanted to, it'd probably be $800 or $900. So the difference isn't a whole lot in rebuilding the stock ones or upgrading to the Chinese turbos. But what I'm trying to keep, I'm trying to build a good solid motor. I'm not trying to build a racing engine, because this car's going to be for sale. And if I'm you know, this motor's probably $10,000 or $12,000 if I was to count my time and everything else, because it's just completely everything in it's new. And you know, the car's only going to bring so much money. So if I start dumping a bunch of money for expensive turbos and all that stuff, I'm not probably going to get my money back out of it. So I'm just trying to build a solid car, and then if somebody else, whoever gets it, if they want to upgrade a few things, they can. I'm kind of interested in your input. Would you like me to just show you how to rebuild the stock turbos, or would you prefer maybe upgrading to the Chinese turbos, the T17s or T19s? So you can just leave comments or whatever and let me know. Have a little discussion about it. Maybe you are aware of some options that I'm not aware of, and that might come out to be cheaper also, so you could help me out. But at any rate, let me know and stay in touch. Thanks.